our segment today. I have an artist that is calling in. He should already be online. It's none other than gospel recording rap artist Marvin Otis. We call him a.k.a. Bossman. Yeah, and I'm going to let him explain to you why he is the boss man. Please help me welcome to the set for the very first time right here on Love 860 AM, none other than Marvin Otis.
Hello.
You hear we clowning on the set already? Okay.
Yeah, y'all having a good time. that lets you know where we headed right now.
Absolutely. That's what we do here on Love 860 on the Living Day by Day show. We have fun. You know, we all have had a long week. It's Freedom Fun Friday, and so I want everybody to just have some fun today. You're free, so just have some fun. But Mr. Bossman is in the building, and so I want you to just take some time to tell the listeners and the supporters of the Living Day by Day show who Bossman is.
Bossman is basically someone that takes things seriously, takes control of life, takes control of my ministry, my community, takes responsibility for everything around me. And that just gave me the title of the Bossman because I like to be organized. I like to implement plans, have strategies, and take things very serious. Everybody started calling me the Bossman. That's basically where it came from. And that's it, wrapped up.
Awesome. Well, I tell you, I'm sure there's someone out there that may be listening that may not really know who Marvin Otis, a.k.a. Bossman, is. So talk a little bit about who you are and how you started allowing God to use you, because we know God wants to use us all, but, you know, sometimes we don't want to be obedient. Sometimes we don't render, if you will, to that call. So talk a little bit about who Marvin Otis is and when you began to start doing gospel rap.
Definitely starting out being born from Brooklyn, New York. Anybody out there that's from New York, So I always was into rap music, always liked the hip hop scene, the fashion, the culture, and everything like that. So just struggling as an artist in that area and trying to achieve success in places and situations that I wasn't really comfortable in, as far as like some of the lyrics that might be out there today, some of the direction music is pushed in, was just not a turn on to me. So I just used to struggle with that a lot. So then after leaving it alone for a while, I started getting more and more into the street itself and running with the wrong crowds, getting in trouble, doing some crimes, doing stuff like that. I ended up being locked up for a little while, and it just made me want to change my life. And at the time, I didn't know how I would do it, how I would go about it. And I just did some soul searching, and I came in contact with a guy from Melbourne, Florida. When I moved to Florida, his name was Pastor Craig. And he was just a regular guy from the street, looking hip like everybody else or whatever. So I was, after talking to him, he told me he was a pastor. I was kind of amazed. He told me his background, his testimony of how he came from the streets, and now he's a pastor and he runs a church and everything. So I was just amazed at that. I went to his church and I joined up, and the transformation just started coming from there. And I just felt deeper and deeper that that was the answer to some of my questions. That's where I wanted to be. So I just started soul searching more and more, and then I decided that I wanted to make that change, give my life to Christ, and just make all the changes. So when I do succeed and I do the right things, it'll be through the glory of God, and everything just changed from there. And since then, I've just been on the rise.
Awesome. And, you know, I'm really so glad that you are being completely transparent, because I think often sometimes artists and people and folks and, you know, all of them think that it's easy, that, you know, you're on the radio, you're making all this music, you're on TV, you're just doing the things that God has called you to do. And sometimes, you know, people think that, you know, they see the glory, they don't see the struggle. And so I'm so glad that you were very transparent in saying that, you know, there was a struggle. So talk a little bit about that, because I'm sure there's an artist or someone who is listening who need to be encouraged, need to know that, you know, if Marvin Otis, a.k.a. Bossman, has made it, then so can I. So talk a little bit about the struggle and how you came out of the struggle.
Yeah, well, the struggle for me was basically trying to find direction and trying to find the right path to take, and how can I go about doing that. I had an idea of what the right path would be, that Jesus was the answer, but I just didn't know how to make that transformation. Like, okay, if I leave the streets alone and I leave the hustle alone, I leave everything else, how would I survive? I've already have a felony on me, I already have this and I already have that. It probably will be hard to find a job, but like I always tell people, the key to that was faith. And people talk about you have to let go and let God, and that was my biggest successes, was understanding that and taking that leap of faith, because everything just came about. To this day, I still don't understand how I do some of the projects and how I do some of the work and go to the studio and how things get together, because it just happens and it just flows freely. So it's just that leap of faith. So like how you say, anyone that you might recommend that want to give them some advice, I say the main key to take that leap of faith, step out and let God take control, and everything will change from there. You'll be amazed.
Awesome. I think that is definitely a good word of encouragement and word of advice to someone who may be struggling right now. I think often you want to get to the end result, so quick that you forget that there's a process in everything. But you got to make sure that you understand the process, because if you don't go through the process, you don't experience pain, then the chances are you're not going to experience the promise. And so people need to understand that God gives all of us, promises. God has spoke to all of us. And so in order to get where God has called us to be, there's going to be some things that you're going to go through, but you got to be a soldier, man. You got to know that you are a survivor. You got to know that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. You have to know those things. And so I'm not going to start preaching, because I can't. This is about you today. And so we're going to go into one of your songs entitled Ready, I believe. So kind of take us into that song as we begin to listen to that. How did you come up with Ready, and how did you come up with the name Ready?
Well, Ready is basically just builds off of what you were just talking about, being a soldier and being built and being strong for the task of accepting Christ into your life. It's definitely a struggle, it's definitely a war. So Ready is just that anthem song that it was initially my first song that I totally wrote as a gospel artist to get the ball rolling on my album and stuff. And it's just an anthem song. It's just basically the foundation. It talks about my ministry. It talks about my testimony of my story. It talks about my struggles. It talks about where I want to be. It talks about the haters that you might come into once you start your work and just having faith. And it's basically like a real militant song, because I picture myself as someone rebellious, someone that's ready to go out there and fight, ready to go out there and stand up for what's right, and stand up for the truth, stand up for the word. And that's basically a war. So this song is about that. It's about that war. It's about that struggle. It's about where I came from, where I want to be. And it's all wrapped up in that one track.
All right.
All right.
Awesome. That was an amazing song. I tell you, we were here in the studio getting our groove on. So I just want to say I really enjoyed that track. And so I'm sure all the listeners out there of the Living Day by Day show and the supporters have enjoyed that song as well. Marvin, I want you to talk a little bit about, we hear all the time that people say that rap music can't really reach someone, that rap music is not the kind of music, and I'm just being real here, the kind of music that Jesus would want to hear in the church. It's not the kind of music that's really reaching people and really changing someone's life. And so I want you to talk a little bit about, how do you respond to that? Because I'm sure, being a rap artist, that you've heard that probably in more arenas than you like to. So talk a little bit about, how do you feel that rap music can really minister to someone?
Well, first I would bring to the light that rap music is just like any other form of music. If a hymn or a psalm or something like that can move the spirit in somebody and get them to open their hearts up to Christ, then rap music is much different, because lyrics is lyrics. It's not the music, it's the person that's delivering. So basically, I feel that rap music can be just as great a tool to ministry as any other form of music in the gospel arena. And basically it's because too that so many of the youth nowadays are so wrapped up in rap music, and rap music is so on top of things. Why wouldn't it be used for God's will? And it's such a great thing to me to be able to use that art form song that I like, that so many people like, to be able to put Christ into it and get people more involved in church. And then some of these guys that listen to rap music, that's the people that you really want to target, that's down and out, that's out there doing these crimes, that's out there committing suicide, that's out there in schools bullying and doing everything else. So if you can get them positive messages through rap music, that's just a greater tool for the kingdom right there, to my understanding.
Awesome. I love that response, and I do agree with that. I think music is music, as long as it's uplifting the kingdom of God. Of course, we're not into, the negative connotations and the, disrespect of, that the secular can bring to rap. But I'm all for music that will, reach somebody. I mean, we know rap music is not going to reach everybody, but we're mindful of the fact that it will reach somebody. And so I just want to encourage you to continue to just moving forward and do what God has called you to do. I want to shift a little bit and talk about worship. I know sometimes, you have rap artists, and I'm not saying that they don't worship God, but, if your music is just praise and you're rapping, tell me how important it is for you and for other rap artists to really understand worship, to really spend time worshiping, and really spend time understanding the importance of worship. So for you, how important do you think worship is to a rap artist?
Oh, I think it's very important, and I'll even speak for myself because worship is a relationship builder. So it's just like any other relationship. You want to have a relationship with Christ, you need to worship Christ. It's almost like if you had a relationship with maybe a girlfriend or a spouse, and you don't praise that spouse, you don't worship that, you don't uphold that spouse, then what kind of relationship you have is nothing growing. There's no connection going on. There's no feedback on what's being given to you, what's being appreciated. So to worship Christ as a rap artist or as anyone is the greatest thing, because it just shows your commitment and it builds that connection. You're supposed to want a connection with somebody. You have to get worship.
Awesome. So tell all the listeners, what do you plan to accomplish from people listening to your music? I know as an artist, we always have a message that we know or a word that God has really called us to travel around the world to be able to minister to people. So what is it for Marvin Otis, a.k.a. Bossman, that you want your music to accomplish when people listen to it?
Well, basically because I like to associate myself and minister to the imprisoned, to the down and out in the hood, to the people that might be broke, to the people that might not attend church or feel that church isn't for them. Those are the people I go out and attract. So when I want them to hear my music, I want them to know that I was that person too, and I came from that, and now I've risen, and now I'm continuing to rise. So I just want to give them that hope to do the same, because technically that hope was given to me. It wasn't through rap, but it was through that connection of me seeing someone that represented me in my eyes and gave me that inspiration. So that's basically who I'm rapping to when I rap. I don't really rap with the church in mind. I rap with that brother sitting in the jail cell that is going to come home and probably end up doing something to go right back. So that's who my ministry is to. So that's who my music to. So when it's put out there, when it's heard, that's who I want to hear it, and then I want the response to be, I want to change my life through Christ.
Awesome. And I love that, because you're rapping to the people, to the folks that really need to change their life and come to Christ. And so that's so important. I mean, it's important for all of us to be able to reach a soul. And sometimes, we're not mindful of that, So I really encourage you to continue to move forward, because that's so vitally important for us to be able. I mean, what is ministry if you're not reaching anybody? So I love that. I just want you to take a little time and just tell the listeners and the supporters where they may be able to get in contact with you, and if you do events and different engagements and traveling and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, right now I'm busy merging my website, so I have the bossmanmarvino.com, which might be under construction for the next couple of days, but if that isn't working for you, go to steelcity3000.com. Steel, S-T-E-E-L, City, C-I-T-Y, 3000.com, and it's basically my marketing site for my products and events and different things that I do. And also, Miss Lakeba Wallace is my manager. Shout out to Atlanta. I'll be up there soon doing some ministry work and contact her if you want to book me for anything while I'm out there, or if you want me to come out to any nearby city or state. And her contact information is Lakeba Wallace at AOL.com, and direct number is 404-390-8557.
No stalkers, though.
No.
Well, thank you so much, Marvin. I appreciate you taking the time. Y'all know I keep it real. For taking the time to be on the Living Day by Day show. Give him a hand clap of praise, a cartwheel, or something.
Well, can I give a shout out?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Basically, because we say the Bossman at No More is working on different projects, and I just want to send a shout out to my team out here that's doing Grace the Runway, a monthly fashion event with gospel artists and different Christian designers. And I want to give a shout out to IamTestimony.com, and that's a clothing line out of New Mexico that's been networking with me and delivering stuff to Florida so we can get this event going. It's going to be so great for the community to have a gospel fashion event and have it ongoing. So we're looking forward to that, and I thank everybody around me that's helping that out and supporting that.
Awesome. Well, there you heard it right here on the set of the Living Day by Day show. Thank you so much again, Marvin, for being a guest on the LDBC.
God bless.
God bless. Well, y'all know I always bring the best of the best. He gave out all his contact information, so if you are out there and you want the Bossman to come to your next event, just hit him up, or you can hit me up as well. You know, I'm Lakeba Wallace. That's what they tell me is on my birth certificate, so that's what I'm going by. I'm on Facebook, on Twitter, all the social media sites that are out there, so make sure that you reach out. Also, too, I want you to stay tuned, mark your calendars for October 26th. It's going to be the 4th annual Health, Healing, and Hope Community Health Fair. I'll be hosting that event in Douglasville, Georgia, so make sure you come out and be a part of that if you want to be a vendor, if you want to perform. You can also hit me up as well at Lakeba Wallace at AOL.com, or Facebook and Twitter as well, and all the other social media sites that are out there. So make sure you contact me, because there's always something going on with Minister Lakeba Wallace. God is doing great things. Well, guess what, guys? This has come to the end of my segment, and I always say, I love you real good, and you can't do anything about it. I ain't trying to. That's what I'm saying. I did all the Wow, another great segment from Living Day by Day. Wow, we love Minister Lakeba Wallace and all that she brings to the platform. Of course, you know, she also co-hosts on the Praise Fest Friday Night Live. So she pulls double duty, sometimes triple duty around